Hey guys, welcome back. So in this video I will talk about the another method of Stream API called sorted. Okay, so name itself says that it will do a sorting. So if you look at what you have is you have the first line, which is get list of students. So there is a one method called get list of students, and this is the method. So basically which will give you the list of a string. Okay, list of a string, and I just copied this method here, guys. I'm not calling from here, by the way. I'm calling from the student class, because the class where I have this method, I just copied this method because it presents in the same package. So yes, I can copy it here, okay, for your reference. But of course, when I will share the source code, you will have a student class. Okay, so you got list of a string. Now since a string, if you see the a string class, when you press control and click on this string, a string internally implements comparable, right? So since it implements comparable, so by default there will be a sorting. By default there will be a sorting. Okay, so when I say list.stream.sorted, what will happen? This stream will be sorted. This stream will be sorted, and whatever you are seeing that AACCDD, so it will come like AABBCCDDE, because it will get sorted. Your string will get sorted, right? Now look at here. Still here you will not have any problem, but when you say student dot get list of students, so this student class has a get list of students. So basically this will give you the list of a student object, right? So a student has name and age. So basically this is the custom object. When this is the custom object, your custom object will not implement comparable. You have to write the implementations for that. That's how we have seen that in core Java also, right? So the custom object, either we need to write comparator or comparable based on the project requirement. So here when I will do li1.stream.sorted, and when I will just trying to run for each loop, so here I will get the exception, guys. Let's run that and let me show you. So you can see that first worked fine, the list worked fine, and then it is saying that class cast exception, stream method dot student cannot be cast of Java lang comparable. So it is saying that cannot cast to comparable. So it is saying that class cast exception, because internally it will try to do some sorting, and that's where it is failing. Okay, so let me comment this. That's where I have written this code will throw exceptions, because we can't sort custom object. Custom object should be of type comparable or comparator. That's what I have written here. So let me comment this line, also comment this line, because this line is giving exception. Then how to handle that? With Java 8, this is very simple. You can just write this list li1, right, whatever you have, list of a student dot stream dot sorted, and sorted, it has couple of overloaded method. Press control, click on sorted. So if you go here, it will take comparator as an input. Okay, it will take comparator as an input, but before that, if you look at this sorted, which will not take any input, because your string data type or your wrapper class data type, you don't need to pass comparator, because your wrapper class data type and a string data type is already implements comparable interface, so you don't need to pass comparator. That is the reason you have one sorted. Return type is the stream of t, so the stream of the object which your list has, and here again the same return type, a stream of t, a stream of the object which your list has, but here you need to supply a comparator. So writing comparator is very simple with Java 8, which I have already told. I have given n number of explanations and example. So here I am saying that comparator dot comparing. So comparator in Java 8 has a method called comparing. Okay, so press control, click on comparator. When you do control O, it has a lot of methods, and all method example I have given. With multiple examples I have explained all the methods, so I am not going to start again. So this has a method called comparing, and comparing I want to compare by age. Okay, so I want to sort by age, so this will work fine. And then I'm running a for each loop. So when I'm running a for each loop, you know that it's a student object. I can call name and age, so this will work fine. There will not be any problem. Okay, so this, of course, this was giving issue because my custom object was not of type comparable, but here this will work fine, because in sorted I'm supplying the comparator. Again, the second example, same thing, sorted, but doing that dot reversed. So whatever output will come, it will get reversed, and I'm running a for each loop. So here you can see that the output will be different, right? Now the third one you can look at dot sorted, same comparator dot reversed. Till here you understood, right? Whatever comparator result it will give you, it will reverse the result, and then I'm just collecting it. So this is like something which I have already explained a lot of times. Dot collect as a list, okay? Because collect method will take collector as an input. So collectors dot to list, and guys, this collectors basically it's a final class. If you look at here, it's a final class, right? So it will collect your data in the list, and then I'm processing it. So now let's see that. So look at here, this is the first one, which is just was the list of a string, and we just call list dot stream dot sorted. Second one you look at here, we sorted based on age. So you can see that age is getting printed ascending order, right? Then I sorted based on the age, and then I call dot reversed, which I told you. So when you say dot reversed, your whatever output you have previously, right? And if you look at this output, it's just reversed. So the age got reversed 50 40, right? Then again the third one, what I did here is I have just collected as a list the reversed one, whatever reversed one you have, I have just collected as the list, and I just process the data. So if you look at this, both are same, okay? This reversed output and collected as a list, and then I ran a for each loop, both the output is same. There is no difference, guys, okay? Because here I just reversed and then I collected as a list. Got it? There is no difference. So that's how it works. It's pretty simple, straightforward, the sorting one. Let's see that the second example. So in second example, if you look at, it's a hash set, okay? And hash set has a employee, right? Hash set has a employee, and employee is the class which I have created in my project. So press Ctrl C, the employee will have only 3 argument, name, age, ID, but there are 2 constructor. One is default, one is parameterized. Parameterized is taking only 2 argument, name and age, okay? And yeah, these methods I have already used a lot of times. And then I'm overriding the 2 strings. So this is not something I have to explain. This is the core Java concept, you guys know that. So on this set, when I say stream dot sorted, okay, and then I'm running a for each loop here, right? Will this work? When I will say sorted dot for each loop, will this work? Let's run this and let's see that it is working, right? Why it is working here? Why in this case it did not work, right? Look, if you try to remember here also, I did the same thing, list of students, and then I called sorted, but it was giving me exception, class cast exception, whereas here it worked. The reason being is, if you go inside the employee class, press Ctrl, click on employee, this guy I'm implementing to the comparable, okay? So it has a default sorting. Since I'm implementing to comparable, and if you'll scroll down, I'm overriding the comparative method and I'm comparing by the name, okay? So that is the reason this guy is not giving you the issue, right? So when you call sorted, so it took the by default sorting based on the name, and it got sorted, your record got sorted. And when you run a for each loop, you are just printing the ID, name and age. So guys, here the ID is going to be always 0. Why? Because you are not supplying ID in the constructor. So let's do one thing. Let's supply the ID also in the constructor, so that it will be good. We can understand what is happening. So create one more constructor here, and you write here int ID, okay, and map this dot ID is equal to ID. Okay, now come back here and supply the ID also. So supply here ID is equal to, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the ID. So what will happen? The sorting will happen and your ID, name and age will get printed after sorting, and the default sorting will happen what? Based on the, what is the default sorting? Based on the name. So on the name sorting will happen because your this class implements comparable. Now the second one, I am doing that the sorting, and whatever sorting output comes, I am doing that reverse order. So my order will get reverse. Okay, so whatever sorting order will come, I am reversing the order because comparator has the method. It came. This is the default method in the comparator functional interface. It came as a part of Java 8. So you can reverse the order of the sorting. So it will just reverse it and it will print. And then look at here the third one. So here I don't want default sorting. Yes, there is a way. Here it will do a default sorting whatever your employee class comparator has, okay, based on the name, but I want based on some other fields. So I do have a way to do that. Sorted has one more method. Press Ctrl click on set sorted, which will take comparator as an argument. So I can write my comparator and based on that it will work. So comparator dot comparing, I want to do sorting based on the age. So this guy will do sorting based on the age. I'm running a for each loop and then I'm just printing that ID, name and age. Then again same sorting. This is also comparator. I'm just doing that reversed. So reversed means my output will get reversed and then I'm printing all the data. So let's see that. Let's see that how it works. So look at here. Okay, it's hard to understand. So let me put some separator. Now we can understand easily what is the output is coming. Okay. So look at here. This is the first one where we have done sorting based on the name, default sorting based on the name. We got the output. Okay. You can see that Mohan, Ram, Sohan, Sohan. Then on the same sorting we called reversed order. So order got reversed. Okay. What order got reversed? Whatever you have this name sorting order got reversed. So the Sohan, Sohan and then Ram and Mohan got reversed. Now this is based on the age, right? Based on the age. So based on the age, if you look at 7, 7, so age is coming in the ascending order 7, 7, 11, 15, right? 7, 7, 11, 15. You can see that here Sohan came first, but on the name when we did the sorting, Mohan came first. Since here the priority will go to the age. So age 7, 7, 11, 15 and then I did again reversed on that age. So age will get reversed 15, 11, 7, 7. So that's how, you know, sorted will help you to do a sorting either by using comparator or by using comparable. It's up to you guys. Look at the third example. It's a simple one where you have set of data, employee object again. Okay. And on this set you are doing that sorted. So again the employee has default sorting. We have seen that this employee class basically implements comparable and then you have comparative method on the name. So on the name sorting will happen, right? Let's see that. Example 3. So the sorting will happen on the name and then I'm doing that reverse and then I'm collecting as a set. So this time when I will do collect as the set and based on the name, so only one Sohan I will get. Okay, I will not get two Sohan this time. And then I'm running a for each loop. So it is the set and when I'm running a for each loop, so this variable one by one it will get the employee object. So employee object will get assigned to this variable, and since it is the employee object, I can print name and age in the print, because for each what it will take a consumer, it will just process your record. Now again same get list of employee. Okay, so this is the different method guys, where if you'll go inside this, there is a method called get list of employee. You can see that this is the method. I can copy from here in the same employee class. I will share you the source code with you. So the get list of employee, then I'm doing that sorted, reverse the order, do the sorting, reverse the order. Okay, so here again the sorting will happen based on the name and then I'm collecting the data. So collect it. Okay, and collect method will take a collector as an input. So collector dot to map. So whatever list I have, I'm going to change to the map, right? I'm going to change to the map. So I'm doing that map, and you know that when you map anything, it requires key value pair. So when you say to map, when you press control click on to map, it takes two function. One is the function, this is the key, and this is the value. Okay, first one is the key, second one is the value. Now go back. So key, my name is the key, okay, and the age is the value, and then I'm just printing the map, nothing else. So let's run that. In the first use case, Sohan will not get repeated 2 times, unlike in the previous. Oh, so okay guys, got it. So here if you look at Ram 11, Sohan 7, Sohan 7 and Mon 15, and then this got, so the same list got mapped to the hash map. So test 1 40, test 5 50, test 4 10, test 3 30 and test 2 20, right? So how this happened? Okay, when I did collect.toSet, even though the duplicate data got collected, the reason here is, guys, because here I am sorting based on the name. So though I am sorting based on the name, but the problem, if you look at here in the set, I am storing the employee object, and every time when I am adding the employee object to the set class, it's a new object, right? So object cannot be duplicate. Object cannot be duplicate. That is the reason Sohan got printed 2 times, because you have a set of employee, and employee, all the employee is the fresh object. It's you are using that new operator, which means your always object will be treated as the unique object, and that is the reason Sohan is not getting removed. But if let's say if this employee object was not there, it was only a string data, then of course Sohan will get removed, right? And you got it. This will map to the set. We are running the for each loop. The report got reversed, so Sohan came first. Otherwise you don't reverse the order, Mohan will come first. And here you are mapping it, so you are reversing the order and you are mapping it. So this one, you are reversing the order. So if you will not reverse the order, you know how it will get printed: test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4 and test 5. But since you are reversing that, test 5 will come first, test 5. But the thing is, you are collecting as the map, and you know that map will not maintain the sequence, map will not preserve the sequence. So that is the reason you are not able to get the sequence. But let's say if you have requirement only till here, let me show you what I'm trying to say, that you have only till here, okay, this will give you set of employee. What is the issue? Okay, it will give you actually a stream of employee, because I have only 1 second, I'm doing something wrong here. Let me check that. Dot stream dot sorted. Yeah, so you have a stream of employee, guys. It's a set, right? And since it is the stream, let me show you. I can do here dot collect, okay, dot collectors, right? Use always Java util stream, this collectors final class, dot to, let's say set, okay, and let's run that, the last one. So you can see that test 2, right? Because here if you look at what you did, you have sorted the list of employee, you have sorted and then you have reversed, okay, sorted and then you have reversed. So now test 2, test 3, test 1, test 5, test 4. So it looks like the sorting is not proper. If you look at it, looks like. And why this is happening? Let me cross check. I am doing that list of employees dot stream dot sorted. Oh, okay. The reason is, guys, set also will not maintain the insertion order. Okay, only list will maintain the insertion order. So can I just, to explain you, can I just change to the list, so that at least you will come to know that what I'm trying to say, that when we do a sorting, what happens basically. See here, we did a reverse, right? So when we did a reverse, test 5 will come, then test 4 will come, then test 3 will come, and test 1 will come, test 2 will come, and test 1 will come, right? So you can see that the order is getting reversed. So that's how it works, guys. That's how sorting will help you. The last example of the sorting, it's also the simple one. Here just what I try to do is the same employee, I have written two function outside. Okay, function, you know that it has apply method. So the first argument is the employee, and output I want a string because it's a name. The second is the employee, output I want as an integer because of age. And if you go inside the function, it has apply method. You can see that apply. So whatever the first argument you have, it will be taken as an input, and the output will be the second argument, the r, whatever you have here, it will be the output from the function. Now when you go back and when you check that example number 4, so this is your input, output is the string because it's a name, and again employee is the input and output is the age. So what I'm trying to do here is, again I'm trying to do here the same set dot stream dot sorted. Okay, I'm doing that sorting, so it will get sorted, and it will get sorted based on name, because you know that my employee class has a default implementations compared to, because my this class implements comparable, it has implementations of compare to, so it will sort based on the name. Okay, and then I'm collecting it, dot collect collectors dot to map. So I'm changing this sorting to the map, and how I'm sorting that to the map is, okay, so when I say dot to map, so whatever function 2 comma function 3, right? So go to the to map method, first method, press Ctrl, click on to map. Look at here what it takes. It takes one function, it takes second functions, and then it takes binary operator. Three things it takes, guys. Two functions, one binary operator. Again, if you'll go inside the binary operator, press Ctrl, click on binary operator, this also implements bi functions. Okay, by function, right? Clear now? Now come back. Everything I have explained a lot of times, this all functions, bi functions, normal functions, consumer, predicate, everything. Now it took two functions 2 3, one is name, one is age, and then this is my by function. Okay, so the by functions will sum this, and then I'm printing the map, so this map will get printed. Then second, if you look at my second example, same thing I'm trying to do in the different way, dot sorted, and dot, after that dot sorted, again I'm calling dot sorted, which is perfectly fine, because when you just see till here, set dot stream dot sorted, what is the return type, guys? Press Ctrl, click on sorted. Here the return type is the stream of object, so the stream of employee object. Okay, it's a stream of employee object. That is the benefit with Java 8, because everything return type will be the stream, so that you can perform the method of stream API. So this is also a stream, so again I can call sorted, no problem. I can change the order of the sorting. I am reversing the order, and then I'm collecting it. So again collectors dot to map, because collectors is the final class. Then to map, I want to map. So this is one function. So employee dot get name. My first function is the name. My second functions I want to do by the age, and then this is my by function, right? I want to sum that. Then again I'm printing my second map. Okay, we will focus first this map 1 and map 2, and let's see that. Let's run this program. See, look at here, DD7, CC15, BB7 and AA11, right? The second one, AA11, BB7, CC15 and DD7, right? So how this output is different, because here you did a sorting. Okay, so just scroll back, go to the map 1, guys, focus here. So what you did, you did a sorting, Eclipse line number 42, did a sorting, then you are collecting as a map. when you are collecting as the map, so this is your function 2, which is line number 30 in the Eclipse, which is name, and then function 3 is the age. Okay, and then what you are trying to do that is this is your by function, which just do a sum of 2. Okay, which will do sum of 2. So when you will do sum of 2, it will not do anything. It will this both the so first function you have a name and then age, right? And then you know what this guy will do, both will take actually it will this O1 and O2, you know how it will get mapped, the same as 1. So this will be the 1 and this will be the 11. Similarly again O1 will be 1 and then 15 and then 1 7, not 1, actually 0. Okay, 1 is going to be a 0, because see this kind of collect will help you. The map which has 3 argument will help you when you are running a parallel stream. When you are running a sequential stream, this guy will not hold any data. Okay, this guy will not hold much data. It will just do sum, so it will just add by 0 0 0 0. That is the reason if you look at the output, there is no difference here. Same DD7 CC15, the same age is coming here. So your list is getting mapped to the hash map. Okay, but the second one, if you look at the sorted dot reverse, so the order got reversed. Okay, because you are doing that, whatever sorting you have done, just reverse the order. So whatever A you have in the last, A come in the beginning. You can see that whatever map you had the previous output, it got reversed. In the second it got the reverse. That's how you can understand, right? And again here it is the same 11 7. So guys, again I'll explain you. So how this works is, so again go to the to map method, press Ctrl, click on to map method. It takes this binary operator. So this binary operator will help you only when if you are running a parallel stream. If you are not running a parallel stream, it will not help you much. Okay, even in fact they have given example also. You can refer the Java documentations. They have given the example how you should write that. Okay, so you can see that you can go through all the Java documentations. You will get an idea of what you should supply, what you should not supply. Okay, now let me explain you so that you will not have any confusion. So how this summation works is, okay, the summations how this will work is, this will actually hold the data of this functions 2, function 3, guys. This will hold the data of this, but since it is the sequential stream, this will not come to the picture. Whatever this guy is what, it's a name, right? So this is the name and this is the age, both will get printed. That is the reason you are seeing that in your map, name age is getting printed. If this was the parallel stream, your output should be different, because when you are running in the parallel, then and you are sorting it, then your output might change. Okay, now look at the third one. Here I did set.stream.sorted, and again I'm just reversing the not this one, the third one. I'm doing that sorted and then just collect. I'm just collecting it. Okay, here not much things. Collectors.toSet. So when I'm collecting the data, collect required a collector. So I'm doing that collector.toSet. So this will get converted to the set, and when it will get converted to the set, you can see that's how it will get printed. Okay, from where this guy is getting printed, because this guy is getting printed because inside the employee I might be overriding the toString method. Okay, so since this is bit confusing, what I will do is I will run a for each loop, so that for you it's very easy. I'll run a for each loop. I will write a consumer x, so employee will get mapped to the x, and then I will write x dot get age plus space plus x dot get name. This is fine, right? Because this will give you a very small output. You can understand how it is working, because the toString will give you a lot of things. So you can see that your data is getting processed. Okay, so that's how, guys, sorting will mainly help you to sort your data based on the comparator. when you have the custom object. When you don't have the custom object, the default sorting will work, because your all string classes and wrapper classes will internally implement the comparable, so it will do a default sorting, right? But even in case of custom object, when your custom object implements comparable, and whatever implementations you have written for your compare to, based on that the sorting will happen. I think all example I have covered. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.